Ryan Milton from TeamFFLEX. You are on my show, First Callouts. I do this show every Wednesday for all you competitors out there. We talk all divisions, all types of things, and everything related to contest prep. And, you know, honestly, getting yourself in that first call out. Today I want to talk about Nationals. There's been some changes yet again to NPC Nationals. This is big news, stuff that you definitely want to know if you are ever in your mind been in pursuit of a pro card. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and then share out the video for all your competing friends. I'm Ryan Milton from TeamFFLEX. You are on First Callouts. All right, fam, here we are yet again with another update on the NPC National schedule. It feels like, honestly, I'm doing updates about show schedules almost every time we roll around this, this time of the week where we talk about competitions. But this is actually some big news regarding Nationals, okay? So if you guys watch my channel, you will see a few weeks back, I did a video about them changing qualifications for Nationals for select national events, okay? That's where it started. The crazy thing is, now they've opened it up for the rest of 2020. They've literally changed the qualifications for the rest of 2020 for Nationals. This is a very big deal because a lot of you out there that may or may not have been qualified for Nationals are now qualified for Nationals. You're able to do them. And so with that, there's a lot of great national shows happening this year that you could actually go to. So let's talk about it. I'm going to read you guys the official statement. All right, so I got the official post here for you guys. There's actually a lot to read. This is from NPC News Online. It's got the national dates themselves as well as, updated qualifications. A lot to look at, a lot to read. If I spout it off, you're probably not going to comprehend it. So I strongly suggest go to NPC News Online and look at it yourself or review it. But I'm going to give you the gist here. Basically, you can enter Nationals now for the remaining national events that they have going right now. Some are still not rescheduled yet, but most we're starting basically in August and we're rolling through till December with these national events going on. There's been a lot of changes. You guys have seen that, I'm sure. And basically, if you competed at Nationals last year, like Junior USA's, Junior Nationals, NPC Universe, National Fitness Championships, North American Championships, NPC National Championships, the Arnold Amateur in Columbus, Ohio, the NPC USA, or the Olympia Amateur, you are qualified now to do any of these NPC National shows, which is actually a big deal, right? Because basically it means if you did any of the national qualifiers last year, those select ones I read off, again, check the list, you are now eligible to go to Nationals this year, meaning you don't actually have to re-qualify. Even if your qualification ended at some point, it is now extended till the end of 2020, which is a pretty big deal, honestly, you guys. And then here you go for this. You will also be qualified if you place top 5 in 2019 or in 2020 NPC National Qualifying Contest by December 6th of this year. So this is actually crazy because people that did top 5 last year, you weren't even normally qualified for Nationals, right? That's a pretty big development considering normally it's just top 2 in your class get to go to Nationals, or you're qualified for Nationals in other words. But now they're doing top 5s and they're doing it for the rest of this season. So any of these national qualifier shows that happen, you go place top 5 there, you qualify for Nationals. And they did it for last season. So if you competed last year, 2019, you got top 5, you are qualified for Nationals now. So this is honestly a very big deal, and there's some specific information you want to know about wellness. For the wellness division, obviously it's new, so a lot of people are not going to be pre-qualified for it. Here's what it says. You must compete in wellness in an NPC National Qualifying Contest in 2020. No specific placing is required, but you must compete prior to each of the NPC national contests that offer wellness. This only applies to the wellness division, okay? So basically, it doesn't matter if you've placed or not. You don't have to do top 5, top 2. If you compete at a national event, doesn't matter what placing, you are now, if you compete at a regional event, doesn't matter what placing, it's a national qualifier. You are now eligible to do wellness at nationals. So there's obviously a lot of big changes going on here. There, is a lot of information. Again, I strongly suggest you read it. Go to NPC News Online. You can read through the entire thing. But this is basically a very big, cool new development for all you competitors out there. Because if you competed last year, and like I said, you got top 5 at a national qualifier, you're qualified for nationals right now. That's big news. Anybody who's going to do a national qualifier, in the next few months, you're going to be qualified for nationals if you place top 5. And so that's actually a big deal. A lot of opportunity on the table for a lot of you competitors out there, not to mention the fact that the nationals are all kind of bundling up now at the end of the year, right? We have some stuff starting in August, but really most of the national stuff is actually happening later in the season. We're looking at November, December, things like that for 3 or 4 of these events happening in the last quarter of this season. And so that's honestly, a lot of people are not happy about it, I know, but nobody's happy about the circumstances. It's actually a actual advantage to a lot of you out there, because guess what it means? You can jump into a national qualifying show, do a regional show, get some feedback from some of the same judges that might be on the panels at these nationals, and then guess what? You can go do a nationals. And then after you do the nationals, maybe it's just some small tweaks to actually do better at nationals. So you can do the nationals, get your feedback, do another nationals, and you don't have to do the big waiting process. Honestly, what a lot of people do is they might do 1 or 2 nationals a year, and between that they'll be doing improvements. They'll be doing improvement season, an improvement phase, and a lot of that has to do with the schedule, not necessarily the time it takes to make those improvements. A lot of people at nationals, you could be just a little bit off, take a couple weeks and adjust and come back and place entirely different. I've seen it happen many times where maybe someone was in, 3rd callouts or 4th callouts at nationals one show, they come back a couple weeks later, a month later, and now they're in the 1st callout. It happens all the time, and it's because a lot of times when you're already at the national level, you're already in the ballpark. You just need some finite tweaks, some adjustments. You obviously qualified to be there. You deserve to be there, but everybody is so good. It comes down to micro points that really make the difference in placing, and you can make up micro points in a short amount of time. So with nationals, I strongly suggest you guys, pick these shows out. Go hit some regional shows. Check out a lot of the shows we have on TeamFFLEX.com/2020comps. These are some of the best in the game with some of my favorite promoters. Love them, and these are great events where a lot of times you're going to be getting judged by a lot of the same judges that are going to be on the national panel. Huge advantage. And a lot of you coming out of, quarantine and stay at home and not having the gym, it'd be a good opportunity to get, kind of dust the rust off you. In other words, get on stage, dust it off, feel good, and roll into a nationals. Not to mention, you can get feedback from those judges, tell them you're doing nationals, and they'll tell you what to do. Be like, okay, you're doing nationals, you wanted to get this, you wanted to do that, you got to adjust this, that, and boom, there you are. You're at nationals now. And so then you can go and do nationals, and honestly, you could, if you don't place the way you like, you could take your feedback and do another one. So in a lot of ways, it's a lot of adjusting this year, a lot of date changes this year, a lot of things keep changing, but I'm really happy with what the NPC and the IFBB, they're doing as an organization to adjust the schedule for all of you competitors out there, for all of us coaches out there, for the sponsors, the vendors, everybody, so these shows can happen and they can be in the best format. And obviously opening up the qualifications is going to open up a whole new box of opportunities to all you out there. And so it's a very exciting time. I'm very thankful that we're going to still be able to have these events happen at the end of the year. Obviously, nobody was predicting what has happened with the start of 2020. I can tell you guys, I had my game plan set. All my competitors, we had our game plan set. Every single plan has changed, and that's just the way it is. And you got to remember, that's nobody's fault. That's what's going on in the world, and that's the world we're living in. But this is a very cool opportunity. I want to encourage all you competitors out there, if you're watching this channel, keep your eyes forward, keep your focus forward. Pick one of these dates. Shoot for one of these shows. Get your contest schedule laid out and work for it, because at the end of the day, you can do that if you're at home, if you're on quarantine, if you're at the gym, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can still do this stuff. There's still going to be people getting pro cards this year, ladies and gents. There's still going to be, first timers winning first place. There's going to be overalls. There's going to be the stage. It will be back. And so the difference is, are you going to be one of the people that come in and you compete and you're off your game, you didn't train, you were complaining about not being able to train as hard, you were upset about your show, and so you forego it and you're just showing up? Or are you going to be the person that shows up to win? Are you going to be the next IFBB pro at one of these nationals are you going to be your best you could be? And that's what I invite everybody to think about. Do it, train hard, keep going, keep your vision forward, keep working. We got this, we're gonna get there, and eventually, you know, we're gonna look back on this time and it will be in our past, and it'll be one of the craziest times ever, but it will be in the past, and we'll be doing, you know, the normal gig again, back to the normal show routines and the normal schedules. What I encourage all you to do is look at this year as an opportunity, because there is actually a lot of opportunities with some of those things I just suggested to you with nationals and schedule and everything else. There's a lot that can be done. It's very exciting stuff. So I hope you guys take that into consideration. And as always, if you need help with your training or anything else, anybody watching, we will do that with you for free on a free coaching trial at TeamFFLEX.com. Let you in, have access to our coaching app where you work with me or one of my coaches. We will set you up and give you a VIP coaching experience for the next 7 days. And it's absolutely free. No reason not to do it. If you want to go to nationals, you're trying to get a pro card, maybe you're trying to go to your first show, we can help you, all right? Go check that out, TeamFFLEX.com. Subscribe, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching First Callouts. I'm Ron Milton from TeamFFLEX. Be back tomorrow for Fitness Fire. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share. Coach Rye is out.